Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Matty and welcome back to this new photography channel I've just started here on YouTube. It's so nice to have you here, whether you're new and just found the channel or you're someone who's been watching the videos from the past. Today I'm going to bring you along on another little photography sunrise mission I took to the beach. I actually just got back from this shoot. I went this morning and so I'm a bit exhausted right now, but I was eager to get this video made so that I could get the photos up to you later this week. For some reason this morning I woke up at 5 and I checked my phone like everyone does, and like the photographer I am, I went to check the sunrise time and I realized that if I put in a bit of effort I'd be able to make it to the beach. So I decided to get my shoes on and got after it. I shot this whole morning again on my awesome Fujifilm X100F. For anyone who's seen my videos or even followed my photos before, you'd know that this is probably my favorite camera right now to be making pictures with. I just love how small it is and how compact it is and how vintage looking it is, so when people see it, they're not really taken back by a big DSLR or mirrorless camera with a massive lens. This is a great, cheap, affordable, entry-level kind of camera for the Fujifilm line, so I would totally recommend it to anyone who's looking at getting a nice travel or camera to take to the beach with some friends. So once I got an SD ready for the Sony and picked up my Fuji and put the straps on them, I hopped in the car and made my way towards the beach. As I was driving down to the beach on the last road there, I noticed this cool looking cafe. So I decided to hop out and see if I could get some nice photos of it. It was kind of old, the sign was, like the text was faded, it was just a cool looking spot, but I was still waking up. So the photos, I wasn't really sure how they were gonna come out. I'm not too sure because I still haven't edited these while I'm making this video, so I'll leave them with you and you can tell me what you think. After spending a brief bit of time with this cafe composition, I decided to head to the beach and pulled up on the coast and hopped out and saw what I had to work with originally. After warming up my eyes and getting a few establishing shots, I came across a group of lovely old ladies who were getting ready to go for a cold morning dip. We got chatting and they were nice enough to let me take their photo. They said that they were training for this big swim coming up, so they were very inspirational to be up at sunrise at their age. But yeah, I got some photos here and then I also went down to the sand to see what else I could capture with the water. Next, I spent some time hanging around the Surf Lifesaving Club, so I was trying to get some photos of people bringing out canoes or boards or whatever they had to just try and get some cool compositions. I wasn't having a ton of luck with this, but as I hung around, this group of guys paddled in and I managed to get a few photos of them getting up onto the beach. After my time here, I continued to walk around the water and made my way up to this little pier, which gave me a nice view back onto the beach. I spent a little bit of time here capturing some shots off the rocks and waiting for the light to come up, but in typical fashion, the clouds had started to cloud everything in, like clouds do, obviously, but the light, it wasn't doing us really good. So I decided to keep walking around and see if I could find anything else. But by this time I was a bit pissed off with the way the sun had risen, which is a bit ironic. Once I got to this entrance of one of the main surf breaks at this beach, I came across a lovely fisherman called Don. Don was so nice and we got chatting. He was a fisherman, he lived kind of near us where we are now, not near the beach, and we got chatting and he was kind enough to let me take a few photos of him. After saying my goodbyes to Don, I decided to head back. I captured a few other photos, which I'm not too sure came out, but by this time, the light had risen quite well and I was pretty much exhausted from the morning. This morning's session was a great example of how shooting with a smaller body camera is a great way to get into your environment and let people who you meet not be kind of taken back by your presence as the photographer. It's something that I try my best to kind of blend into the scenes and get these natural looking candid subjects. But oftentimes when you do want like a portrait of someone, which adds a lot more depth to a place or an environment, like you don't want a massive body which makes people uncomfortable. I found that the Fuji and the Sony even too is like really great for that, and I'm not much of a gearhead or care much about that stuff, but I would admit that having that smaller body is really good for this kind of travel street style. If you are wanting to get into portfolio work like that or creating images like that, I would definitely stress that from my experience that people are a lot calmer when you've got an older looking camera or a smaller looking camera is the main part, because people don't really want to pose in front of a giant lens if you don't know them. And so you need to be friendly and ask them how their day is going before you can ask how their photo is, to take their photo. So that's one bit of advice I'd have for any photographer who's wanting to get out there and take some photos of strangers or even just photos of places with people in them. Obviously you do need to be considerate of people and not just photograph them without them knowing if it's a bit of a weird spot, but do your best as a photographer and as the artist, and ultimately, if you're just nice, like people are really good usually. So that's pretty much it for today's video. This is probably gonna be a shorter video than the last ones because I honestly just went out for a sunrise session, not a big long trip, but I was eager to make this video because I wanted to have something up this week. But I hope you enjoyed these photos because I certainly had a great time this morning getting them and being a part of this like morning ritual that those swimmers and the people walking around were. I look forward to doing more of these photo sessions where I kind of bring you along and just show you what I'm actually like looking for or what I see with the video. So I'm gonna keep doing these because from the, wanna say 3 people that got back to me about these videos, they're saying that these are the best ones. So I'm gonna keep doing them. Otherwise guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and the photos that I created, and I look forward to seeing you next time.